بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مشاهدينا الكرام dear values guests أهلا وسهلا رمضان مبارك. Today we have a guest Mr. Muazz Jutt. Mr. Muazz from the MIA, and he always gives the notes for people who are attending the prayers, and one of the notes was an important one. He was talking about boxes, wanted families to take them home to put money so we can collect a number of dollars, which is trigger. Mr. Muaz is here. Please, you can introduce yourself.
Jazakumullah khair for having me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So my name is Muaaz Jutt, and I'm the Vice Chair to the Board of Directors at the Mانيتوبا Islamic Association. I've been an active board member this is my fourth year on the board, serving the community at the Mánيtوبا Islamic Association. So every year, what we do is, we ask the community during Ramadan to fundraise for the community, fundraise for the MIA, fundraise for the Mánيtوبا Islamic Association's projects, operations, anything to do with, our masajid and our community centers. So what happens is every year we try our best to set a target internally that we want to hit for generally for the year. And Ramadan is a very, very busy time for our community, and it's a very generous time for our community. And it's a time when, mashallah, everyone gets together and they donate. But what happens is that internally, from a board's perspective, we always find it a lot of work to gather, to hit our target. And sometimes towards the end of Ramadan, we're really, lagging behind, and then we are making multiple appeals to the community. And that takes a lot of effort from the board's perspective, and it puts a lot of burden onto our community in general. So this year we thought that we would come up with an idea early on and present it to our community as a way of helping us hit a target that would cover our operating costs for the year. And we surveyed multiple communities across Canada and got to see some ideas on how they fundraised for their community, specifically in the month of Ramadan, right? So what we found is that people have their Ramadan annual fundraiser, which is like once or twice, in the month of Ramadan. Either they do an iftar or they do a community appeal, maybe in the last 10 nights. And we do something similar, and then we appeal to the community with pledge forms, and we kind of present our situation to the community, and the community helps us raise funds for that, which is, alhamdulillah, it's great. And every year people like to donate, in such a fashion at times as well. We found that people actually prefer to donate, on the last 10 nights, and maybe sometimes specifically on the night of power. So we thought, why not get ahead of ourselves this year and try and appeal to the entire community early on, and maybe ask for a smaller scale charity event that can help us get to our goal, so that maybe if we are fundraising on the night, on the last 10 nights, we won't have to, it won't be as heavy as an appeal. It could just be, that we're trying to raise funds, and normally, alhamdulillah, the community shows up and we hit a good number. But this can alleviate a lot of the burden for us in the month of Ramadan. So what we did is we came up with this idea. And as you posted it on the screen earlier, it's Ramadan Charity Chest. So what this is that it's a box that will be given to a family. And it's nice that if, as you see on the screen, there's a box there that's covered with some drawings from the kids. So it's geared towards young families or families with kids, that you can take the box, make it your own, draw on it, put your nice put some crafts on it from some family names on it, and take it with you to iftars or go to your neighbors and just let them know that you're collecting money for your community. and or you can, you know, donate yourself, of course. So the ask is that we get 300 boxes out. So we're asking for 300 families to register for this program, and inshallah, our goal is to stop it at 300 and then collect all the boxes back. And in the end, you know, we're trying to, you know, showcase to the community that we have all these boxes decorated with, you know, family names on it, and we'll inshallah showcase that by the end of Ramadan to our community that look, we hit our target. And if everyone brings back $500 in that box, so we would do 300 boxes at $500 a box, and that'll get us to the goal of $150,000 raised from an entire community effort. So this takes away the burden from one specific person or a few multiple people to donate a lot of money, but this would be a community-run family initiative that everybody would go together and support it, and, you know, do their fair share of $500, bring it back to the community, and that will hit our target of 150,000, inshallah. So that's the goal. And, you know, alhamdulillah, the community has grown massively. Our community has grown maybe in the last 5 years. I personally think we've almost maybe even doubled our size. Once upon a time, I think the numbers were around 10,000 Muslims, but now, you know, we're gearing up to the 20,000 or 25,000 Muslims in Manitoba. I mean, maybe you have more numbers than you know, maybe you
No,
know more than I do.
you
But
reminded me with the number when I came 15 years back, and we were talking about 6,000
subhanallah.
only.
Yeah, you
And I
see?
think the Arabs from them were only 2,000 or less.
MashaAllah.
Now we
I mean,
have different nationalities, Muslims, and I think the number or the figure 30,000 or exceeded that.
yeah, see, I've heard the same thing. And it's very difficult to gear that. But when we look at the Ramadan numbers coming into our masajid, you know, when just for as an example, when we moved Tarawih prayers from the Pioneer Mosque because we couldn't keep up with the capacity to the schools that we are renting now, as prayer, you know, hosting events in the evening, we see that even they're filling up. And our own Waverly Masjid, the Grand Mosque, has filled up almost every night.
Yes,
And
we need the projects to expand.
exactly. So this is a community effort to try and hit our target for the month of Ramadan. We can't keep setting the same targets. It's got to be higher. The targets got to exceed. We have to think outside the box and maybe put the donation in the box.
Yes.
So,
Muaaz, let me comment here. Always people want to know where is the money going. This
right.
is the point. Once you show a project sometimes and say that we need to buy this phone and it cost $10,000 and put it and make it like the fundraise. We are looking for $10,000
Yeah,
for
yeah.
this goal. You will find people, maybe one man or one family, put the 10,000 directly for this cause. Sometimes people like it this way.
Yeah, I know
Sometimes,
that's a good way. Auctioning is a very good way. And you asked a really good question. Like, you know, for example, where does the you know, in this specific case, we're raising money for the operations.
yes, I know
So
see, sometimes people think that the masjid and the cost of running the masjid is just few dollars or few thousand. I'm telling you the truth. What is it? It looks like a big house and
yeah,
it's empty most of the time except the prayers. They don't know what is the masjid is doing. The school, the staff, the activities, the poor people, the psychiatric. I mean, there are programs people don't know. We need to talk in other episodes
yeah,
with you and the other members of the board about the activities. We need to show the board to people.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And by all means, I mean that's why this year in Ramadan,
yes,
the board members wanted to be visible. So in the very first day of Ramadan, if you remember, we came up there. We wanted people to know who we were, and they meet us and they hear from us. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a community effort. So whatever the board is doing is just there for the community. And the board is only it's a group of volunteers that's there for maybe like a year term, maybe 2-year term, and then they move on. So it's a volunteer run effort for the community by the community. And initiatives like this, they go a long way in supporting the wider community. You mentioned the projects that we have. We have our school project coming up this fall. We have the charity projects that we run ongoingly, extensively, exhausted charity projects within the community. The amount of meals we donate across the community, the iftars we host. Besides that, just for example, just doing events like just organizing, for example, the zakat al-fitr money that we're going to get from everybody individually. Organizing that effort and putting that out and making sure that gets out into the right families, into the right hands. That's also a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of back end work to it.
You give the opportunity for people to volunteer, and we know that in Canada you need volunteering in your resume. That's people or newcomers, sometimes they don't pay attention to it. You have a chance to volunteer, and you have a volunteering committee.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, honestly, we have staff, but it's very, very few. It's like the amount, like every one of our staff that's there is either they're overworked at times, and they're wearing multiple hats. We rely heavily on the volunteer effort. Volunteer effort is what makes the community what it is. And having staff is just a tool to make sure that things stay afloat, because you can't always rely on volunteers. But alhamdulillah, our community has never left us in an open-ended situation. We've always been able to cover and find volunteers. So I will make one more appeal to your viewers here, and that if you haven't volunteered and you would like to volunteer, approach us, approach the office, approach us online. There is ways that you can become a volunteer, and we are looking for volunteers always in the community.
Right. We have to bring the attention to people who are watching us now that this banner on the screen is for the tickets, and I'm trying really to see if I can open it and bring it.
Yeah, I mean, if you can make it so that people can click on the link.
Right.
What the link is, I'll just talk about the link quickly. What the link is that it'll take you directly to a page on the Manitoba Islamic Association's website, where you'll be able to enter your information, like your name, your family, and your phone number, and someone from the office will contact you directly and arrange for you to pick up the box. And the boxes are
the screen. I mean, what you are talking about.
There you go. Yeah.
And you can discuss it if you like, or explain whatever you like, as you see.
So all you have to do is click on the link and then click on the green link where you register.
Register here.
Register here. So the moment you register, it'll take you to the page.
Okay, it's taking me here now.
Yeah. So you should be able to click on the box. You hit next.
Next.
You clicked one box. Move next. You enter your information, and after you enter your information and you submit, once you do that, this information will come to the office, and someone will call you for you to pick up your box.
So once you fill this, and then the next, as you see on the screen, right?
Right.
We will go to the position.
Yeah, exactly. And then you should be able to get a call from the office. And the boxes are available even in person if you want to go to the masjid and pick it up. During Tarawih time, we have our office admin staff there. They're visible. You can go to them and you can register, and you'll be able to get a box. Inshallah.
So this is it, the Ramadan charity chest. As you see, it's here. And we are at the Manitoba Islamic Association at Waverly, 2445 Waverly Street. Right. Nobody can miss it. It's on the main road.
And there's lots of lights on it now too, so you'll see.
Let me bring it also here. I'm not sure if it will come and we can see it. Do you see it?
Yeah, it's there.
If you see it, that's great. So we are doing the job I think I'm doing a good job today.
No, Jazakumullah khair, you're doing a great job. I appreciate
This is
that
the
so much.
masjid. Anybody who's coming on Waverly, this is the road. You see,
Yeah.
Waverly. There's a small factory here, Red
Mm.
Rivers, whatever it is, and this is the masjid. So
Yeah.
any one of you who's coming, you can see it. Muaz, do you want to add anything before we close down?
No, I just wanted to appreciate all the community members in Manitoba and everyone. I wish everyone's having a good Ramadan, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept everyone's fasting and charity in this month, and all the volunteers for their effort, and even yourself for what you're doing for the community. I
Thank
just
you
wanted
very
to
much.
say Jazakumullah khair, and may Allah bless you immensely, and you're doing a lot of great work and connecting people together for great things. Jazakumullah khair.
Alhamdulillah. So, our valued, I can say guests because you are my guests who are watching us now. We were talking to Mr. Muaz Jutt from the Manitoba Islamic Association about this charity box, which is here. The link is for the tickets if you want to book one of the boxes. You can always donate, by the way, even if you
Yes.
do not have the box. Even if you do not have the box,
Yeah, that's
you-
important. Yeah.
yes.
The
Yes.
box initiative is for families with with particularly if you have children that you want to do a craft on it. Otherwise, donation is welcome all the time, any way possible. We take e-transfers, we take credit cards, we take in-person donations. You can come and do it even at the masjid or online locally.
I will remind everyone before you go for Taraweeh prayer, put something in your pocket.
Yes.
You will find a box to drop money in it.
Yeah, for sure.
it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
don't stop and say, "Oh, I forgot. I don't have. I
Yeah.
don't have an excuse." You are going to pray. Put something in your box.
Jazakumullah khair. Exactly.
wallet,
That's
I'm
what it is.
sorry.
We do this for Allah.
Where we are here. So, Mr. Muaz, I'm not going to take more of your time. We hope that we will repeat with different times, different interviews, and
For
talk about different projects, different things regarding the MIA and with the other boards of the masjid. We can bring you all on 1, 3, 4 of you at least, and we discuss things.
For sure.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Thank you very
Jazakumullah
much.
khair.
So
Thank
you
so
are
much.
our guest at the Arab Immigrants in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Jazakumullah.
Assalam.